Well, hello there everybody, and welcome back to the Republic of Deseret. We are, of course, at war with the Socialist Republic of Quebec, guys, and I'm hoping that this war will eventually fall in our favor. As you can see over here in the center of the country, we're trying to build that new army. We've got 10 out of the 24 divisions we need to make it worthwhile, so we've got a lot of work to do, but we've got a lot of manpower to get the job done, and at this point, I'm just trying to get these guys on the border as soon as possible. As you can see, we are managing to defend against a lot of Algonquin divisions here, but we've absolutely got to get more and more support out here to hopefully take the enemy out. As you can see, I think our army, led by Benjamin MacArthur, is about to break through here out to the south of Winnipeg, but I can't be certain of that, and either way, we're going to have a lot to focus on here as we attack. And there we go, another division. Didn't even notice this guy was around. Now, since he's so close to this guy, I'm going to go ahead and have him join that army, but this is definitely an area we need to take. Let's take a look. Right, that line's still holding, but this one is not. Let's try to send these boys here. I don't want them to attack. I just want them to get into position. Come on, boys. Better take Hubert Wyndham out. There we go. All right, Hubert Wyndham is finished. At this point, we're going to try and carry on the attack here to the enemy lines. Now, this is not going to be easy, but we've definitely taken the city of Winnipeg. It's completely under our control, and very soon here I am going to want to start dropping these other armies, but not until I know for sure that we've got all of the units that we really want and need for this attack. So the 8th Reserve Division is going to go ahead there and get into George Wright's army. And with both defenses, we're winning, but on the attack, not doing so well here. Come on, boys. We need you to help. Now we're starting to speak French-Canadian, or I should say, at least we have the accents. All right, let's see. So, research slots, a lot of research slots here. I definitely want to improve research as much as I can. Encryption, we already have this. We could go for the computing machine. That's going to take quite a while. I guess we should go ahead and focus on getting a ship out, just because the enemy could attack us via sea. I don't expect it to happen, but what you don't expect generally happens quite quickly, especially in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and build that. Let's go ahead and focus on concentrated industry here. And we'll go ahead and put another bit into construction. So factory repair speed will increase. Although so far we haven't been getting bombed. We haven't had any factory damage or anything like that. We should still be aware of the possibility. So with this new army, I'm probably going to put them on a much smaller front, like probably just from here to Winnipeg. And then I'm going to start attacking. And I'm hoping that this works out. Okay, guys, so you can see here our offensives are not succeeding. The enemy's definitely managing to hold off, so I'm thinking the best thing to do right now is to basically defend, wait for some reinforcements, and just absorb the enemy attacks. Because as you can see, they are definitely managing to hold us back, and they're not getting any support as far as I can see from their allies, which is scary. If they were to get support from Alexander Machno or any of the folks in the Radicalist Party, we would be totally finished. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to try to hold off their attacks, see if we can weaken their armies just by doing this, and then, of course, we will go on the counteroffensive. One thing I really want is a brand new army, so that's one of the reasons we're working so hard to get that. Let's get the Fighter 1. So far we've been trying to get some planes. It's going to take a while to get any planes out. Right now our factories are focused mainly on building tanks, building guns, and let's just put it this way, we've got a lot of work to do before this country is really war ready. We're definitely starting a bit early. There we go, another Native Guard division. Excuse me, guys. think we might even put George Wright's army there on the land that has been taken, but I'm actually thinking this is better. This is a very wooded area, though. There's not many hills here, but very, very wooded. And obviously a place that the enemy probably has an advantage in. They know this area. They know how to defend it. So we just got to do our absolute best. And so far, the defense is working. So we've got to thank our lucky stars in that sense. And there we go. Another unit. Why not? I think that one's going to drop in Montana. Yes, it is. And I think once we get to about 16 or 18, that army will be ready to go to war. I don't want to send him out now because he could really get a lot more points than he's got. But I'm not liking this right here. This area is definitely being pushed on. Come on, boys. Send the native guards. We should be able to turn this around fairly quickly. I want to focus on infantry at this point. So lessons of the Great War. Artillery advances. Support brigades. Nope. What about artillery advances? Awesome. We should have probably focused on this before, but oh well. Here we go. Another group ready to go. And we're definitely going to add a few more units here, guys, because we can certainly afford to have more men. 716,000 men still willing to fight, but I got to say that that is definitely dropping quickly, which is really interesting here. We're going to try to get the motorized division out. Alright, guys, I'm thinking that maybe 14 of 24 is enough. We should probably put this guy on the border pretty soon, but yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to grab this division. I'm going to stop him exercising, and I'm going to go ahead and put him right here. I'm going to make a short front for him. So start at Winnipeg. This is going to be annoying to build. No. There we go. No, that's not good enough. Let's try again. There we go. I think that is good. So we're basically committing our army to 2 regions, which is a little risky, but these are huge regions, so I'm hoping that they'll be able to manage. And of course, anybody we send through here is going straight to this army. Come on, boys. Get to the front. I wonder if the Kingdom of America would ever be willing to join our war. I highly doubt it. So let's take a look here, guys. We can modify our government just a little bit. And so far, it looks like we're trying to get the Regency movement in a little faster. We can probably get rid of that monarchist drift eventually. But right now, I'm just going to add a theorist. So this will lower our land doctrine research time. We could actually maybe add a military high command. No, that doesn't seem to be much there that I want. I'm going to wait, actually, because we could actually change our conscription laws to something even more draconian for our people. Fact is, we need every fighting man we can get here on these borders. We are still technically a republic, which is interesting. Well, I guess, yeah, we have a democracy, but we were a republic when we were a monarchy as well. I guess a republic is just a name and sometimes. So here we go. They are moving, getting to the front, and it takes a while to get to this front. This is a huge, huge front, as you guys can imagine. And I'm hoping once they get there, they can hold off the enemy. Certainly here at Winnipeg, we're having little to no issue holding them off, despite the fact that, look at that, 139 total divisions that are probably stacked here. Just a ridiculous amount, or, 139 attack power. So they are beating us in attack power, but we should still be able to beat them. And as you can see here, our general has a number of different medals that he won in the last war. He's got a ranger, he's got an engineer, he's got a mountaineer medal, and all of these are adding bonuses to his actual attack power. And look at that. Managing to stop this, pretty awesome. It's going green, boys, especially since while our guys get into position. Oh no, suddenly turn red. Enemy might have some support here. Infanteria. Nope, we're still good. Especially now that our army is getting there, slowly but surely. Okay, we should have done this before. So I think we should definitely change to a different economy. Partial mobilization is no good. Total mobilization is probably something we want. So we're going to go ahead, get total mobilization so that we are completely prepared for war. And of course, this is going to greatly change our people's economy, but they're going to have to get used to it. We should also probably get rid of free trade and maybe just do export focus or a closed economy. I don't think we should have the markets open, especially during a war. It's not a good idea. Alright, we can see a lot of movement on the enemy line, and it's funny, those guys definitely look English. I like it. So we have almost like German uniforms, but these guys absolutely have very English uniforms, which makes sense. But in this case, of course, they're more French. I would have expected some more French uniforms. I don't know what to say about that. Let's take a look here at the war, guys, and see how things are going. 78,000 men dead on the battlefield of the Republic of Deseret. The interesting thing, though, if you look here, we are actually, it's going 26% in favor of us, the aggressors. The Algonquin Republic is finished. The Caucasian Democratic Republic is finished. The Baltic Socialist Republic is very soon to be finished. And obviously, even the Ukrainians are starting to lose some battles, which is awesome. But if we can finish off the Quebecois, I think we can really do well. Once again, the damn Colombians won't join us. Why did we even take them as allies? They won't do a thing for us. Send these boys in here. Hold the line, men. In fact, I was so concerned, I didn't take a look at the enemy casualties. So almost 40,000 casualties on the enemy side. They're definitely taking less casualties than we are. But we've got to just, obviously try to keep the faith, make more and more units, pop them out, and get this thing rolling, guys. So here we go. We got a unit we could drop in Montana. In fact, 2 we can drop in Montana. I'm going to go ahead, have them join that army, and I'm going to bring them right to the front. Let's also make sure we've got enough units here. Empire of China has capitulated, guys. Wow. Looks like the Japanese have managed to take out the Empire of China. I'm going to go ahead here and actually get some more of our divisions out. I want to get just regular infantry divisions. There we go. Okay, let's pop over here for a second. Because I want to see... Wow. Wow. Guys, look at that. So they own a tremendous amount. We've also got Portuguese India, which is really cool. And the fact that it's a separate company, separate country, excuse me, is extremely interesting. Because obviously that never occurred. We do have Macau, or did have Macau in China, but it's not in Goa in India, but it was never a separate country. In fact, here, Manuel II, the monarchists are still in control in Portugal, even though, of course, by this time, the Republic was created, and there were no monarchists in control. But pretty interesting stuff, nonetheless. So over here, our biggest unit, and there we go. So the Heavenly Kingdom was destroyed, the Chinese Heavenly Kingdom. Now the scary thing here, guys, is the fact that the enemy is actually starting to push through Winnipeg. So I'm going to send these reinforcements through. I'm going to try to get as many men to get here as possible, but they are definitely really doing everything they can. They're throwing everything at us. The Empire of Japan declared war on the Russian Empire. Now this is funny because we're very close to the Russians, but luckily we're not actually allied with them. So even if the Japanese take this area, the only weird thing is going to be they're going to be on our borders, and that could obviously cause some problems. But I think this definitely takes the threat of a possible Russian invasion off the table because they're going to be busy with the Japanese. However, we've got to do something about these damn Quebecois. They are tough fighters, and they're doing everything they can to break through these lines. We're slowly beating them, but it looks like this battle might last another 70 to 100 days. The Battle of Winnipeg, I'll call it, or the Defense of Winnipeg. And it is not an easy defense, not at all. We're going to do a lot of micromanaging here, and some of it, I'm going to put a lot of support on this front. My generals are probably not going to agree, but I think it's absolutely necessary. Look at that manpower, boys and girls. Dropping fast. Dropping very fast. It's been a while since we've lost a war in this game, so this would be a first, but I'm not so sure we would lose it as much as we would just... This war would take forever to fight. It does look, though, like they're getting very lucky here at Winnipeg. There we go, turning it around. But we've got to turn it around a lot faster than that. some more civilian factories, guys, and I'm actually going to be dropping military factories, as you could probably imagine. I'll drop one civilian factory out here, but we need better than that. And in fact, I think it's time to build a land fort. Probably should have done this before, and I'm not sure it's going to do us much good at this point. But it definitely looks like they stopped their attacks in the north. So it looks like they're focused. But look at this. This is scary. What is this? What is this? Oh, okay. Those are our... I was going to say. I thought that they got some support from a country. I was a little concerned there. But that's actually just our men pulling out. And so it looks like they did take this area. I was mistaken. Excuse me, guys. This area is under their control. But hopefully they're stopping now. It looks like most of their attacks are centered in this region. I'm going to go ahead and let these guys, let the generals do their own thing in terms of defense. But we are going to have to do a counterattack after the end of this battle. And I think if we just keep getting a few more men here, as you can see, it's back in our favor, we could eventually beat the enemy here. And this is a huge army. So our skill is much better than theirs is, but I'm assuming that we're just not fighting on the same level. Because number one, they have better technology. Number two, they actually have some experience fighting in this kind of terrain. This is not like facing the Algonquins, much more terrifying. Alright, we're going to go to the Florida coast, just in case the enemy has a few ships here. Who knows, they might get a few kills. At least we didn't have to worry about the Royalists. Don't let me say that and suddenly the Royalists decide it's time to attack. But anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying this Let's Play. I'm enjoying making it. I know I've been very, very busy these last few weeks, and I will be explaining why that's the case very soon. But I certainly hope that Russia is able to contain the radicalists here, the socialists. And if they can, obviously we can maybe stop our war a little early. But I don't know how they're going to do now that the Heavenly Kingdom is a puppet state of Japan. As you can see, the Taiping God worshippers, but led by the ultranationalists here. And of course, they are Japanese puppets. And the Empire owns a tremendous amount. So this is pretty awesome stuff. It changes everything, and now the Heavenly Kingdom is breaking through. And what's this? The Khanate of Tanutuva. So I guess the Khanate was never taken over by the Socialists. And in this case, it remains a kingdom, or a Khanate, excuse me, which is pretty awesome. There's also two Heavenly Kingdoms. This might be the one that's not puppeted. But they're both led by Wang Zhongwei, so this is just some sort of bizarre political scheme. Maybe over here they keep a bunch of sweatshops and all that, but this has cities like Nanjing, Shanghai. This would, I think, be the more populated area, where maybe this is the slave masters' hold, where basically just Japanese immigrants and Chinese nobility get to come here, take a bunch of slaves, and just create some sort of tiny kingdom. This is what I'm thinking, and how I would imagine that would go if it was puppeted off. So let's head over here. No wars in South America. That's kind of unfortunate. I wanted there to be wars. And of course, the Republic of the Netherlands. Alright, well guys, hopefully things will go well for us. We've got a lot to do here, and obviously one of those things is going to be formulate a plan to break through these enemy lines. And it may just be focusing heavily on that attack, which I'm thinking it probably is. But that's going to take a lot of work. Let's take a look over here. Increase that construction technology. My defense is going better and better, and we've obviously got the better general here, the better army, but I'm not sure that really makes a damn difference. 54,000 dead on the enemy side, 96,000 dead on our side. This is a brutal war, and our people are not going to forgive us for it if we don't get a great victory. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and hopefully we'll be in Quebec City very, very soon.